Alright? But we're going to show you in the scriptures that the so-called white man is the devil. Job 9 and 24. Let's get that. Yes.
Job
24.
Job chapter 9 verse 24.
Yeah.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So when you look at that verse there, it's talking about the control, the influence of the world is given into who? The hand of the wicked. The wicked controls the earth, right? Who controls the earth?
The wicked.
The so-called white man is the wicked, though. When you line it up, precept upon precept, line upon line, and with the current events and the status that we have in the world, you see that the so-called white man's controlling everything. He's invading all the countries. He's dictating who's going to war and who doesn't go to war. He determines what nations are going to be sovereign or not, and who's going to be, what nations are going to be overthrown, and what nations are considered to have a democracy or not. The so-called white man is doing that through NATO and the UN. Those so-called European nations. All right. So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, which is playing out the hand of the Most High. He's playing it out because they're going to be in control in the last days. Go ahead.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
So when it says that he covers the faces of the judges thereof, it's telling you that this man is all about lies and deception. He doesn't bring out the truth. He hides the truth. He keeps it back from you. That's why we have a book in the Bible called Revelations, where the Lord reveals truth to his people. That's why the Lord deals with his chosen people, the Israelites. That's why we come out here and bring you the truth, unadulterated, raw and uncut, because we are not of the wicked nation. All right? We stand for righteousness, but the so-called white man doesn't do that. He covers the faces thereof. Read on.
If not, where and who is he?
If it's not the so-called white man, who and where is he? All right? Here it is, we in 2013, and you can't even drink clean water. Your water is polluted with chloride, chlorine, and fluoride, and other types of iron and minerals and metals in your water. All right? You can't even breathe in clean air because this devil has contaminated the air. All right? He's been doing that since he came into rulership. This so-called white man has played an awesome role of being the devil, and that's exactly what he is. All right, give me, if you could, John 10 and 10. Because we're gonna show you what the devil does. And just FYI, for your information, the word devil goes back to the Greek diablos, which just means slander, false accuser, or in layman's terms, a liar. One who deceives and one who lies. And that's who cover up the faces of the judges thereof. That group of people. And we're going to show it to you. We're going to prove it to you. John 10 and 10.
John chapter 10 verse 10. There was a division, therefore, a king amongst the Jews for their these sayings. John chapter 10 verse 10. The thief cometh not.
The thief cometh not. And we all know that how did the so-called white man get this land? America. Through theft. Through land theft. He hasn't given his land back to the natives. Okay? And then he brought slaves over here and made us a commodity. The so-called Negroes. Alright? So the thief coming not, but to what? A thief coming to steal. Read on.
But for to steal. And to kill. And to destroy.
So that's the white man's MO. To steal, kill, and destroy. That's what he came to do. To steal, kill, and destroy. And when you look at the so-called white man's history, that's what he's done. He stole this land, right? From the natives. Then they had these wars here with the French, the Spanish, and the British, right? Then they brought the so-called Negroes over here in the midst of all of that, and was fighting with the natives and shipping them out and different things like that. Then they was fighting with the Mexicans, so-called Mexicans, for the western part of America. So all they've been doing is coming here, and then they try to. I was reading a little something on the Pilgrims. They try to make it seem like the Pilgrims are so peaceful, like they just came over here because they were facing religious persecution and they would just mean well to the natives. Nah, they contaminated and killed those people too. They were wicked as well too. They didn't have good intentions with the natives here. They were trying to come over here and monopolize and deceive the people that were over here as well, which were Israelites. All right? Read that from the top one more time.
John chapter 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy.
So that's what the thief comes to do. To steal, to kill, and to destroy. Alright? They take over lands. Let me get on Psalms 49 and 11. Book of Psalms chapter 49 and 11.
You ready yourself?
Good. And let me ask you a question. You know your nationality? Yeah? Italian? By way of your mother or your father?
Somewhere back there.
Okay. Yeah, so they've been taking land since they've been here. And listen, so-called white man is still invading lands. He's in over 100 countries now, occupying with his military. All right, so he's all about land theft, man, and that's breaking the commandments of the Lord. And then when they come, they change stuff up and destroy stuff and all kind of things like that. I mean, America was once like a mini paradise on earth. Now you look at it, it's just a place of pollution, man. Look at the Atlantic Ocean, it's terrible, man. The Gulf of Mexico, polluted, man. This place is just a foul place. All right? And then you put the so-called Negroes and Latinos in these boxed-in hoods called the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Where we can't get decent food and access to nice things, but they put it out. They move out of the suburbs and you move out of rural areas, and all these other people have access to different things like that. I mean, it's just all set up for wickedness, man. You got that? No, you got that. Psalms 49:11.
Psalm chapter 49, verse 11.
Yeah.
Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
See, they think that America's going to continue forever too, because they have not been judged yet. So they came here and stole this land, right? But they have not been judged and paid the price for their crimes. So they think, hey, this is going to go on forever. America's going to be here for another 200, 300, 400 years. Nah. The Lord's going to bring this down very quickly. And it's not going to take that long. We don't know when, but we do know that the Lord's going to do it by way of his son, who the world calls Jesus Christ, who is a black man, by the way. Okay? Go ahead and read.
And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name.
They call their lands after their own names. Like America wasn't called America. It's named after Amerigo Vespucci. I believe he was an Italian navigator.
Yeah.
You know, they named that land after that man. And when you actually look at the word America, it means bitter. So this is a bitter place. This is not a place where the so-called Negro, Latinos are come to kick back in a land, a place of rest. This is a place of punishment for us to repent and come back to the Lord, to acknowledge him in all of our ways. He's going to direct our path. We got to get on that straight and narrow path. But they take over this land, make it basically a huge concentration camp for you. You know, named it after themselves. You know, you just think about the different street names and the different capitals. And, you know, like the nation's capital, District of Columbia. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of other places that they named after themselves. State of Washington, Washington, D.C. You know, they named these names after themselves. Pennsylvania. You know, they named that after William Penn. You know what I'm saying? Georgia, exactly. King George. And then
Virginia.
And Virginia too, yep. And another thing to prove that this is an extension of Rome, what do you have here in the state of Georgia? Rome. A city called Rome. Northwest Georgia. And then you have a city called what? Athens. which goes back to what? Greece. So they show you where their origins lie, where they come from. And America is nothing but a carbon copy of Rome, Greece, and Babylon. Just all put in one, amalgamation of all of that. That's why when the Bible talks about that fourth beast, that it comes forth, it couldn't be described because it's different from the other ones that was before. Its political system is different. Its military is different. And its theology is different. You know, and how they will rule will be different from the previous beast before it. It will be a lot more malicious, vicious, and treacherous. You know? Hey, how you doing? You know? So America, and that's because America, which comes out of Rome, which also came out of Britain, is an extension of all of those things. You know, it's just like coming back. What's going on? All right. Let's read that one more time. And they're going to give me for me Micah 2 and 10. Micah 2 and 10. Read that from the top one more time. Come. Yeah. Verse 11. Loud.
So, chapter 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name.
So they think this place is going to endure forever. And hold up, some of you Negroes believe it's going to be here forever too.
Sure do.
Y'all comfortable here in America? Y'all think because y'all got a so-called black president, everything's going to be all right.
That's right.
We on the come up now. Your Messiah is here. Well, let me tell you, newsflash: that president that you so beloved is going to destroy you. He's going to put a lot in your concentration camps. What's going on, brother? You know what your nationality is, brother? Do you care what your nationality is? You ought to. Because America's going to be destroyed, man. And everybody that want to go hand in hand with this place is going down with America. You know, but the Lord's got to take this place out, just like he took out Sodom and Gomorrah. All right? Just like back in Noah's day, he cleansed the earth. The Lord's got to cleanse this place too. Because the Lord is not pleased with what's going on here. You got all kind of corruption running rampant in this place. Injustice, homosexuality, religion, corrupt banking systems, judicial system, law enforcement, everything, man. This place is corrupt from the rooter to the tutor.
Yeah, Michael Malachi.
Oh, Michael. Michael 22. This place is very, very, very corrupt. So, if you in the mind frame of getting comfortable here, getting laid back, and trying to come up in here, you in the wrong mind state. Because we're not in that time. America was never set up for you to be that way. I'm going to show you what America was set up for. Micah 2 and 10, all right?
Micah chapter 2 verse 10. Arise ye and depart.
All right, you're supposed to be getting up out of that mindset. Arise means to get ready. Can you give me Isaiah 52, and we're gonna start at verse 1. We're gonna show you what that arise means. Because a lot of people think you're supposed to flee. You got some ignorant people think you're supposed to just leave and go to Egypt somewhere, go to Africa somewhere, hide in the wilderness. That's not what the Lord is talking about. The arise means to wake up, to stand up in your proper place, to take back your nationality, to reclaim your birthright, to know who you are, and not be ashamed of it. Keep your beards on your face. Don't shave them off. Wear your priestly garments. Right? Get back to the law, statute, commandments of the Lord. You got that Isaiah 52? Isaiah 52.